Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know it has been quite some time, and I'm not even sure how this video is gonna go, but if you didn't know, well, you probably would, based on my last video, that I had a baby, and next month will be a year. Yay! So with that being said, I'm reflecting on the year and everything like that, and I've decided to share my birth experience at UWI. I have another video on the process of having your baby there and all of that. So this video wasn't planned or anything, so I don't know where it's gonna begin and but yeah, I'm just reflecting. So just to say, my overall experience there, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was fairly decent. So I gave birth at 38 weeks and 5 days, I believe, and it was supposed to be an induction, but that didn't work out. So I went to my regular visit on the Wednesday before birth, which was I gave birth on May 9th. So I went on the Wednesday. The doctor was telling that, listen, we're setting an appointment for Friday to get the baby out. I was like, Friday? Friday? She called, but luckily they were booked out for that day, and so she told me to come on Sunday, which was Mother's Day last year. So when I went there, prior to that, I was supposed to do an ultrasound. The reason for this early induction was that the baby was estimated to be, bigger in terms of gestational size. So I was supposed to do an ultrasound before coming in. I did one. Elsewhere the doctor said that the baby estimated weight is about 9 pounds thereabouts. So when I got to UWI on the Sunday, I did registration, everything like that. Just waiting to see the doctors on the Monday. So while I was there, nurses attended to me and everything. So the Monday, I got up, and what happened? Yeah, I got up really early and they started to prep me for an induction. So you had to do like a fleet animal kind of thing, and then they asked you to take a shower, and then in the morning when the doctors came later on in the morning, that's when they would have given you the pill to insert to bring on labor and everything. But when the doctor came, I was like, this is the first time I'm having a baby, and 9 pounds, I don't want to push that. So I said to her, seeing that the baby is weighing 9 pounds, would that mean that I'll still be induced? And she said, oh, because she didn't see the results. So she was like, all right, no, we're gonna schedule you for a C-section. So it was on a Monday that it was confirmed that I was doing a C-section, and trust me, I did not mind. I know for some persons that is a little bit scary, because you're gonna do a major surgery, and you hear the horror stories about the healing time and all of that. So but for me, that's what I preferred, because I didn't want, in my head on YouTube, I was looking up on a lot of stories, labor stories, and in my head I'm seeing a 9-pound baby probably will get stuck, and if the baby gets stuck, then the oxygen level and this and that and all of that. And then I also had heard a lot of stories and saw some myself where persons are saying that they got induced, but in the end they still had to do a C-section. So I didn't want, if I didn't deliver naturally, then the induction, I didn't want that. And I heard it's really painful for some. I know some person said it was okay, but for the majority, I heard that was painful, so I didn't want that. So yeah, I was scheduled for a C-section before I was to go in. They ensured that I didn't eat for X hours. I don't remember how much hours it was, and drink anything inclusive of water. The surgeons came, so they came prior to the C-section to brief you, to let you know what is expected, just to give you a rundown of everything and to make sure you're comfortable in terms of mentally. So they try to ease any mental blockage that you're having, so they try to get rid of that. That wasn't bad at all. So they placed me on drip and everything, and yeah, shortly after I went into the theater at about 3:30. Was it? No, I went in there about 3 o'clock, to be honest, and I came out about 3:40 something. Well, not came out, he came out at 3:40 something, so about 40 minutes. When you went in now, they inserted the urethra or whatever that's called. You sit up and they give you the numbing agent in your back, close to your spine. So at first it didn't work, because when they gave it to me, I was still able to feel touches and stuff. So they test you before they go ahead and do the procedure. They do all of that. And so then what they did next was they gave me another round, and within a couple of seconds, from like my chest area straight down to my legs, can't feel, like I can feel things, but at the same time you can't feel the pain or I don't know how to explain it, but you can feel the touch, the pressure and everything, but there is no sensation. I don't know. That's kind of how I would explain it. So yeah, so that happened. The doctors were pretty cool. They put on, so they asked me if I wanted to listen to any music. I said yeah. They put it on the phone, asked me what kind of music. I told them dancehall, something like that. And it was some dancers, and I just don't remember what it was, but the doctors were really cool. The surgery went well. I had 0 issues, no complications. I guess my labor was a good experience. There wasn't any complication. It just went as planned. You went in, they take the baby out, and the only thing is, when they do take the baby out, there's a long period of time in which I didn't see him. You got to see him when he came out, and then after that they took him away to the nursery, and then you're sent to the labor ward, to the recovery room basically. I know that when I woke up, remember I had him at 3:40 some. I saw him, I glanced at him, heard his cry, everything, and then I didn't see him again until about 9:30 p.m. I was knocked out, and how I woke up, my family and everybody was trying to reach me, so that the nurses came and they said, where's your phone? Persons are trying to get you. Because people were worried. You went into surgery, them not hear from you. One. Yeah, so that was the case. But all in all, it wasn't bad. Just that bonding moment is kind of taken away from you when you have a C-section, at least in my experience. So yeah, it wasn't bad. The recovery, my legs were still numb at 9:30 when I woke up, and I think it continued till about maybe 12 in the night. The pain afterwards wasn't too bad because they ensured that you were on pain medication straight through, so that wasn't bad. To get up off the bed though was a little challenging at times. I would say after the first day and a half, things got a little bit better after the day and a half. The recovery time in the hospital, so I went in Sunday, I had the baby Monday afternoon, and I got released on Thursday. So it was a little bit longer than if you had given birth vaginally, because a lot of mothers that did, they left before I did. So that was pretty much it in terms of my aftercare, leaving the hospital. The pain was not bad. There was some pain, if you put yourself in a certain position, yes, you will feel it, but that lasted about 2 weeks, and then just like that it went for me. To this day, I can't tell that I had a C-section. There's no pain, there's just nothing there to tell me that I did, and the scar, it's not really noticeable either. So yeah, one thing I would say though is that when you have a C-section, you cannot bleed. So the bandage can't get wet. So imagine you gave birth, and remember, after, even though you had a C-section, you will have that postpartum bleed. Yes, and you can bleed, for up to 6 weeks for some people. I went about 4 weeks. So what is, just imagine that. So for someone who had to breastfeed, you're sweating, you gave birth, you were in the hospital, you came home, and you can't have that is the worst part about having a C-section for me. That was mentally frustrating. But in the end, I did find out that you have a special type of bandage that you can use, and that will allow you to be, so it's waterproof, and I think it's called Tegaderm. I think that's the name. But yeah, so if you're having a C-section, ask the doctor prior to for that bandage. Otherwise, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. I tell you, and then if you live somewhere that is hot, you're sweating and you cannot have a shower. That was crazy. But separate and apart from that, it was really a good experience. The doctors there, they gave a good service. It wasn't, I have nothing to complain about at all. When the baby came, listen, and if you're tired, they will come and they will hold the baby, they will feed the baby, dress the baby. If the baby is first day, you're a first time mama, you don't really know how to get them to sleep, they will come, they will put the baby to sleep, and they'll ensure that you get some rest. So they assist you from get there on the wards, and that is the induction ward, the post-delivery ward, the recovery, the labor ward. They really, well, from my experience, they really assisted me, and they showed great interest in my well-being and that of my child. So yeah, and they followed up with you straight through. So you have to be on, for C-section persons, you have to be on pain, a lot of pain medication, a lot of antibiotics and other medication. So straight through, they have a strict schedule. They come, They give you your medication, they check your blood pressure. For me, they had to check my sugar regularly because, you know, it was a little bit out of whack. But yeah, and they check on the baby, they check his temperature, you know, check to see if he had his first bowel movement, what is his urine like. So they did that straight through, you know, being there. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all, you know. The only thing, you will, having baby at UWI, you will come across a lot of student doctors and nurses that will be present with the doctors from time to time. So if you don't like that kind of thing, then maybe it ain't for you. Or you can, I think you can tell them that you're not comfortable with them being there. But all in all, it was a great experience. I don't regret it at all. I don't regret choosing that hospital as, you know, my place of giving birth. It was a great experience, and if I was to do it all over, I would still choose them and I'll go back there. So yeah guys, that's basically my labor story. So your labor, if you're pregnant now, your labor can be smooth. It can, whether you do it vaginally or by C-section, it can go by really well. So don't fret, don't worry yourself, things can work out in your favor. So just rest up and get ready to meet your bundle of joy. I didn't regret it. I hope you won't either. So yeah, that is it for my video. Basically, that summarizes, you know, my experience here. So like I said, I have another video in terms of the cost, the process of registering at a hospital and all of that. So don't know if it will be posted before this video or after, but it will be there. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching my video. Bye.